Well, welcome everybody to this meeting of the Unionville Historic District and Properties Commission. Today is August 1st, 2024, and we will start by approving the June 6th, 2024 meeting minutes. Do you all have a chance to take a look at the minutes?
Yes.
They're pretty succinct. Thank you, Barrett. We like succinct minutes.
Right.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move we approve.
Thank you. A second?
A second?
Thank you. Any changes or additions to the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Nays? Thank you. Any abstentions? No. Minutes approved. Thank you. So we're going to spend the bulk of our meeting on the late September walking tour that Barbara's been working very hard on. And I know Barbara sent out, was it yesterday? You sent, or a couple of days ago?
Days ago.
The
I don't know. I mean, nothing really changed except for the order, because after Lisa and I did the walk, we decided that it would be too dangerous to continue after 2:30 to go up to that light.
2:30
Especially to have a group do that, unfortunately. There's a crosswalk at the corner there, but unfortunately, get there, you probably have, I don't know, about a half a football field. It's not very long, but considering all the traffic and you're walking against traffic.
You're walking with traffic.
Yeah, or rather with,
yeah,
right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're walking with traffic,
And
so it makes it really dangerous. So when I put the last edition out there, I started with Masonic Hall, which, Matt, I don't know if you already have
Yep.
something written up.
I've got the info.
Yeah,
Yep, I've got the info for that.
Okay. So, and at the end, what I did is I just turned to the end. Unfortunately, the sidewalk ends at 230 Main Street. We are including information for Lawton's Mill, which is across the Farmington River. The mill in many ways mirrors the early history of Unionville. And then I do have the information about Lawton's Mill. So if people do want to go there, it's kind of an interesting site. Any comments, questions?
So I started laying it out on the pocket sites without the text, just laying out the locations, and I've got 14 total at this point, and then the closing of the tour, the virtual tour, will be your text for the regarding Lawton's Mill. I just wanted to check. The only ones I've pinpointed on the walking tour are the ones that you included text for. So there's a couple of other addresses there. Are those being added in, or those were just listed originally and we're just
what I did, yeah, and I don't know how we want to do that. I wanted to at least list the other homes that are considered of historical interest that we are not highlighting. So if people want to go to the town website or to the library, they can look them up to know that there are more homes there that are of historic interest. So we could, I don't know, maybe list them as an aside.
Or list them within the sequence of the tour.
Well, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I listed them in the sequence of the tour.
So the address and then the historical name and the building date.
And when you say historic interest, do you mean architecturally or socially,
Well,
or?
I mean, they're Greek revivals, they're Queen Anne's, or they're, have people who have lived there, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you were to go out to the architectural, research that was done within 85? Yeah, these are all listed.
Historic survey, yeah. Yep.
So
Okay.
they're all of historic interest if you want to further do it. I just think you shouldn't just walk by. Some of these homes are really beautiful, some are not in the best shape, but walk by and think that somehow they just grew up there yesterday.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I agree.
My only concern with including them in the virtual tour is that all of our others will have accompanying information. So
Yeah.
just the confusion if we list other properties, but we don't include any descriptives. Or I guess we could, as long as we have a picture with the address and the name of the house, I guess that'll be okay as well.
Yeah, we haven't taken pictures of these either.
Right.
I don't know if,
As long as the original owner or builder or occupant's name is listed, the date, approximate date of build, and the architectural style, that could be adequate.
Okay.
that's enough.
Yes, because we're not highlighting them
Right.
with any kind of,
I wonder if we could say something in the beginning to say that,
preempted in some way.
yeah, that we have all, in addition to the homes
We're gonna speak about.
pictures and research, we have also listed additional historical homes for your own research or your own perusal,
Okay.
you think? And I have to put together, do you have all the pictures of the homes?
I don't, and I didn't see them in the OneDrive.
Okay.
I know
Alright.
the ones that are in
Accessible on
that
the-
sheet right there are just those are the screenshots from the
Right,
previous
right.
walking tour,
So,
but they're not high enough quality to upload into the virtual tour.
all right, so I can, send you the
Yeah.
emails that have the pictures attached?
Yep.
And I'll put together the additional pictures, which would be the second or third pictures that I have for a few of them.
Yep.
I'll put those together, with some obvious names, so you'll be able to see what they are.
Yeah, if you email me the actual images attached to JPEG
Right,
files,
yeah,
that'll be perfect because then they'll
Yeah.
upload and I can scale them within the
Right.
walking tour.
right, yeah. I just saw some of the stuff, like, the church, I don't have a picture of the new church,
St.
but that's
Mary's?
a personal thing.
St. Mary's?
Yeah. Too old
Well,
for this.
we're starting at St. Mary's, so.
Well, no, we're not.
Apparently we're not.
I think what we're going to do is tell people to park at the two parking lots in
Stop and Shop and,
Stop and Shop in George's,
yep.
and then they can always walk with lights. Otherwise, you're crossing Main Street. The other thing is, going back and forth from St. Mary's really elongates it.
And so we're gonna start at the Masonic Building.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Number 22?
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah, I think it's
22 or number 1?
22 Love.
22 Main.
Street.
I think it's
Right.
considered Main. Okay, so we may not need those insurance
I know.
riders, and, finally, after several tries, the church got back to me and approved our dates and times. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I forwarded that to Garrett late today, actually. I have a copy of the,
Yeah, I got that.
Well, we can tell people that they can park there.
that's an
There's
option.
also the Riders, the express bus parking lot, that's always empty. I don't know.
That's St. Mary's property.
Is that also
Yeah.
St. Mary's
Yeah,
property?
that's part, so the
Okay.
church.
You would ask me that,
The
yeah.
church, and obviously Hearns uses it, but that's technically the commuter lot.
Right.
And the rest, but I think the church, as long as it's not a busy day, I don't think the
Yeah,
church, because it's
Well,
during
I've
the
never
weekdays.
seen that parking lot busy.
Not during,
Yeah.
not during the
So
workday.
there's plenty of parking, but if people can find a space at, George's or, Stop and Shop, CVS, it's a lot safer to cross.
So the only issue with that being is that there would be nowhere to set up a tent or a table.
Well, were we going
Or,
to do that?
You could,
We're
you
gonna
guys
do
could
that
set
at
up
St. Mary's.
at the lodge. We could put
We could
a
do it at the
table and
lodge?
tent at the lodge.
You mean
Okay.
out on the porch, you mean?
Or in the, what day of the week are we
Oh,
talking?
inside.
We're talking about a Saturday or a Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Both.
Both. So Saturday might be a little dicey, although we could just do it on the lawn. The lawn just got, it's been reseeded and I'm trying to get the grass to grow there right now. So by then maybe it'll be okay, but we can set up on the lawn, and Sunday we can actually be on the pavement because Claudette will be closed.
Okay, good.
All right, yeah, all right. So we'll have to see, because I think, is there still construction going on there?
No, that's all done.
No.
It's done, so we can scope that out. And of course, if the, grass grows really high, Bob will be happy to come and mow it for you.
That's right.
Bob, you want to mow the lawn for me? I'm the lawnmower. You want to mow the lawn for me?
I can do that, yeah.
No, that's okay.
Have you, anyone read actually through this to let me know whether there's something that is wrong? Because, as I say every time I send it out, spelling and grammar are not my forte. And when you read something over 15 times, you don't realize all the errors that are in there, so.
Do you want to give us a deadline, Barbara?
A deadline?
Well, do you want to give us a week to read it
Sure,
through? I wouldn't-
yeah, just to kind of like read through it and see if there's anything,
Yeah.
yeah.
So a week, everybody,
Good idea.
read through and please email Barbara with any changes or additions, corrections.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Right.
We have for the additional pictures that I've added, I've got one of, Daniel Rock, who was a homeowner, a coachman, and he's sitting in his coach with, Mary Morgan, who was, J.P. Morgan's aunt, and she was on Lovely Street. And I just think that's such a great juxtaposition. He's an Irish immigrant who ended up owning a whole bunch of homes and property, and that's interesting. And the other thing I thought was really interesting is, the back of the Frisbee rental house. And, you know, you kind of, we know all about the locks, and if you've had kids who have gone through Padea, and I know, Matt, you have probably seen the Padea project more than you ever want to. And you hear about the locks, and you kind of wonder, where was all this water? Because locks have to have an area to store water. And if you look at that picture, that's the overflow for the locks.
I found that extraordinary.
Yeah,
This
I
one right
mean,
here. I,
No, so,
and virtually up to the porch, the back porch of this home.
it might be good to include, you can see the size of it. Because the state has everything
oh yeah, that's
digitized.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually see,
Magic.
I don't remember if this one shows it. This is 19, what do we say?
One.
51,
Mhm.
for the flood.
Oh,
51.
that's it right
That's,
there?
that's the basin.
Oh, my gosh.
So you can show that this is, so here's Perry Street coming in,
Yeah.
and it went all the way down to Union
That's
School.
amazing. I had no idea it was that big. All they do.
Yeah, because the church is here, so
Yeah.
that's all been filled in.
Wow. Wow.
It's right where Maple
Huge.
Village is right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, Maple
Right,
Village is right
yeah,
here.
that's right.
I don't know if, and I can screenshot that and send, and.
Yeah, can you,
Where are you now? What is
So I
it?
think I sent this to everyone before, so, if you just search Yukon Air Photo Archive,
Okay.
and I'll send it to everyone.
Thank you.
It has, so,
Wow.
this is my, minor coming through. Connecticut is actually, like the gold standard for air photos. We were the first state to do it in 1934, a aerial survey of the
Wow.
whole state.
Oh,
And we've been doing it, we did it in the 34, 50s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and then now we do it about every 3 to 4 years.
No kidding, wow. Boy, there's many hours of happiness there.
Yeah.
Just kind of tracking through.
yeah.
And so,
Send us that, because we could,
Oh, very cool.
60 minutes full. Then obviously, if you had the actual original, images, you can get I forget what it's called, basically like a stereograph.
Yeah.
And you can line up the photos and it looks 3D.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I'm wondering, Barbara, if, for example, a print of that map and some of these other wonderful prints of older photographs that you have, if we can laminate them and put them on some kind of harder board that the guides can carry. So when you're talking about, for example, this lock system, this incredible body of water, you've got the photograph that you could hold up as you're talking.
We'll be able to do that.
Oh, I think so. That's easy.
Yeah. Or display them in the tent. Maybe the tent area would be a good place also.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, maybe
For
both.
people to,
Yeah, absolutely.
right.
where you meet and convene before the tour.
Yeah.
People can look at the tables or any kind of things we could hang from the
Yeah.
tent, to inform them of.
This photo's actually better than the 1950 photo.
Look at the, what year is that?
1934.
So when did they actually fill it in? After the flood?
Well, it must have been, well, I
So-
don't,
Find out.
Gary, if that
1950.
that 34 photo, I'm pretty sure it extended over into the front lawn of Union School in that one too.
no kidding.
Because the front of the front lawn, they actually infilled, and we've had sinkholes from where it went through.
Yeah, because here's Union School there.
Right. Yeah, you can
Here's
see.
the curve in School Street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's water in
Yeah.
there's water in the front lawn.
I'll be darned.
Wow.
86. I assume it was probably the 80s.
It's really,
Because you can see it's getting
That's
smaller over the
amazing.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it must have filled,
So like that, looks like
Yeah,
it's
it's all
the
infilled.
river.
this is dry.
So,
It was probably after the 55 flood they
Yeah.
started,
Right,
because then
flood
they
did
would
them
have shut
in.
it off.
so all those homes then, because we, you know, that,
yes,
that side of the street
the newer home.
doesn't have the old homes.
Right.
Because they would have been inundated with water.
Yeah.
Right, 'cause you can,
You know, what, that's so interesting. The first thing I think of is, so this town was not built for the, for the safety and good of the people. It was built for the efficiency of the production.
Absolutely.
I guess I always knew that, but to see this, you realize, I mean, that's a huge hazard. I'm sure they lost children and adults in that. They had to have, that's really fascinating. And then you think about bugs, you also think about the smell. We've actually heard people talk about that. That's a pretty, I think, almost inhumane thing to live around, frankly.
yeah, and then obviously, you know, if you go through all the photos, you can see, because, you know, because it was fed by, this is the feeder canal, so you can see.
Yeah.
We know that the river's way lower than the road here, and then new road
Yeah.
goes up, so
Mhm.
it comes right.
Yeah, you're just
And all
below
the
the
time.
dam that went across the Farmington.
Right.
So did the feeder canal go right to the river itself, or did it?
Yeah, so it
Yes.
started up in Avon. I think actually,
Oh, well, yeah.
Um,
Right.
If you
or,
Huckleberry Hill, you
That's what I
can see
would
the,
think.
still the formation of the canal down below you.
You mean at the first piece of Perry Street behind the house? Is that what you mean, Bob?
Yeah, as you go up.
Yeah, I'd always
the
seen
hill
that,
and look
but that's
down
certainly
off the
not,
bridge, you can see
yes,
the canal itself in there. And that goes all the way up to the dam that was built, the earthen
that's
dam.
right. That's right. Wow, so
I'm
interesting.
trying to get, because you can still kind of see it today.
Well, the canal on Cottage Street, they used to jump into it and go swimming. So the water was moving
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, well, that's interesting.
I imagine the same is true for this one here.
Here. How it's really how it's really flat here, where everything else is steep, so you can kind of see
Yeah.
it came all the way
Oh, yeah.
through here, because there's still remnants in Avon that still have water in them.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Right.
It must have been, the lower Unionville Dam,
right,
which is right, I think. Right
Oh, it
here.
is, yeah.
You can see it.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
So it went a long way.
that's where we built the inlet for the
Yeah, so
the
that,
water for the locks.
right. Then fed it all the way.
wow.
I think so. I could be wrong. But that's what it looks like.
You know, I walk that trail a lot. Can't recall seeing anything that looks, like you can see the abutment in some areas, the stone abutment for the railroad.
Right.
I'm guessing it was the railroad, maybe it was the canal.
Could be the canal.
Could have been for the canal.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Rail over to the dam, but it's grown in so much you can't, it's hard to access.
Can't really see it. Maybe it was for the canal, now that I think about it.
Yeah, because you can still see
Yeah,
kind
there
of,
you can
obviously
see-
right here is blown out, but you can see where it
Yeah.
originally went,
Right,
Yeah.
right.
and then passed under.
Oh, that's
Yeah, and if you're standing by the bridge, you actually can see the,
Right.
Right.
the land,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it's in there,
Right.
you can see it.
absolutely can see it.
What an incredible change that must have been when the canal was done, and they started, imagine they started to fill it in slowly. I've never read of any, large-scale engineering effort to fill in the canals, and in some cases, we know they're not filled in,
Mm.
they're still
Right.
out there.
Right.
Right.
That's really fascinating.
If it wasn't for the flood, it'd probably be still available.
Still out there. We'd be swimming right now. Yeah. Well, that is really fascinating.
So, I'll save these and I'll put them in the OneDrive so that you have it, and then I can,
Maybe we could.
I'll like I can cut it and turn it so that way it fits nicely on an 8.5 by 11 and we can print it
Amazing.
out.
So this is the Yukon Air, what did you call it?
Air photo.
On Air Photo Archive.
Okay.
It takes a little bit of spatial awareness,
Yes, yeah.
because you gotta, because if you click it, each layer, it'll show you a dot, so you
Mhm.
kind of gotta figure out where you're,
Oh, I see,
where you're,
yeah,
and it changes with, obviously with each.
yeah. Very
But,
cool.
and you can see the wind blowing across the water.
Wow.
What year is that?
34.
1934.
Wow.
I bet kids went swimming in it.
Safer than the river.
Well, they do.
Yeah,
Right, well,
I've only read it, and I'm silly because I haven't read anything that
He
would.
told me he did.
Oh,
Oh, you went swimming?
Oh, not in the canal, but we jumped off parts of the canal wall off of New Road, which is Huckleberry Hill Road,
Right.
Right.
into the river from on the wall. Mhm.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It was then.
Yeah, 10 feet, 12 feet or so.
Yeah.
Because every year there are kids who wash up, so.
Well, that's really fantastic. All right, so we've got,
There must be in the river a ton of old boulders and concrete blocks from this.
oh, you can see it. You
Yeah.
can see it across from the mill on our side of the river. You can see them just kind of pushed to the side.
Yeah, that's, I wouldn't jump into that for anything.
You're not a teenage boy, that's why.
I wouldn't have done it. That's, I'll do almost anything in water, but dive head first, always like, what is really in there?
Well, I can work on, seeing how to print these photos on a stiff backing and laminating them in some way, if that's,
They have a laminator.
We've
The
got a
town has a
conversation on
laminator.
that. Let me see,
Okay.
we probably just have to order some cardstock or
Oh,
something, but I can
okay.
find
Yeah.
something.
great,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
But just put it on
Well,
foam
that's
board.
exciting.
Because I
You
think
can
that's,
display
I
it
think,
at
you know, we
the
hear
tent.
so much about it, but it's like, okay, they were locks, but how did they do this? And this is kind
What
of,
do you, I'm sorry, Bob, what did you say?
Just put it on foam board and we can
Uh-huh.
display it at the tent.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea,
Mhm.
great idea. All right,
who's bringing the tent?
yeah.
I have a 10 by 10 pop-up,
Excellent.
Thank you.
blue roof.
Okay, as
Yeah.
long as
There's no sides to it, it's just
it's better than the one we had last
yeah,
year.
it's brand new, brand new.
So, we don't need anything with St. Mary's anymore, correct?
I guess not,
Correct.
I guess
Yeah.
not.
All right, Matt.
I'll get in touch with them, just, yeah.
Matt, do you know if, the Masonic Lodge will want an insurance certificate from us?
It wouldn't hurt, and I'm the one who would be the person signing off on it from the lodge. So
Okay, so I'll Joe Schwecke send it to you?
yeah,
If anything goes wrong, we'll just point to you.
And Dawn Cooley, the dentist there, she may not operate on weekends.
she is open on Sundays occasionally, but it's
Oh.
variable.
Check with
Yeah,
her.
we could check with her as well.
Okay.
So there's more of the parking lot, a little more space, and there's actually ballards between the Masonic building and her office and,
The property line
Um,
goes. The property line actually goes right through those bollards. So that's
okay.
why, I mean, if we stay on the lodge side, then we're okay. Then we don't have to worry about
Okay.
getting insurance with her too.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shouldn't be a problem.
No.
Yeah, good.
And there is plenty of room on the lawn too. It was just the idea that if it's raining, we'll have the pavement as an option as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. So we
Yeah.
should have,
Little tables, some
Yeah.
chairs, the
yeah,
tent,
some easels.
easels.
Has this been set up for advertising?
Not yet, so we haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
It's a good thing because we switched where we're starting.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started working on the letter for all the residents on Main Street. I'll have Lisa take a look at that when that's all
Okay.
set.
Here's a copy of, the one we
Yeah,
wrote out to, Lovely Street.
that was great. I like that.
yeah, so I've got that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That went back and forth 15 times.
I'm the one that sent it out, so I got the.
Okay. Okay.
Because that way it's on town letterhead, so that way they know
Of course.
it's from the town, it's not just a
There's
random.
also a town,
Yeah, I don't think we'll make it the fall newsletter, that would probably be October. But I can talk to Rose Ponte and get it out on social media with Explore Farmington, and obviously we can tell
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Matt, could you set up the sign-up units again?
Yeah,
Or do we not need that if it's only 2 days?
it's only 2 days, so I don't know that I mean, it doesn't hurt to have an idea of who's coming. I can create a quick one that's simple enough for people to just put their name in. That's it.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. And we could do a flyer, and there are lots of places we can leave the flyer.
Yeah, you can, especially,
Mhm.
I'm sure,
Stop and Shop.
Shop George's.
Yeah,
The
the
library.
The
library.
same places we put them up for
There
the,
was a huge list I had from, I probably
And?
may still have it, from, the museum, all the places that I ran around.
yeah.
Does the museum send something out monthly, or is it only when there's an exhibit?
They seem to do it just 2 or 3
Exhibits.
times a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we had done that for, Lovely Street, but we also had a Lovely Street exhibit at the same
Right,
time, so that
right,
that would coincide.
So we had their mailing list also.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably.
Should we have bottles of water for people? Probably. Okay.
Hopefully
Yeah.
it won't be that hot, so.
Yeah. And do we have any more of the Unionville walking tours? I mean, I guard this one with my life. I won't let me even borrow it.
I think I have some
Yeah.
You mean the green cover one?
left in my office.
Yeah.
I think we had left them with the museum. If there's any left there in my office, I'll check and if we've got any more. Because I think last year, we had that on the table as well as,
Yeah, we were handing them out.
some of the other shorter tours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep handing them out, Bob? Do you think that's the way to go?
If there's any left, I don't think there's any more left. Yeah, well,
In my office.
yeah, we
Okay.
can hand them out if there are any.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we should make sure we save just a handful for, oh, I don't know, commissioners, and they're lovely and very, very useful. So, okay. All right, good.
I brought water last time and, a cooler, so I can do the same.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Bob. Okay. Do we want to do the balloons again,
No.
that you did last, what's that? No? That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. We'll save that as a surprise for another year. That is just fine.
We got hit. We were putting the balloons out with the other cars, the traffic on Lovely Street. It was a little rough.
Yeah, that's, Lovely Street's a tough one to, yeah. All right, good. Okay, is there anything else that we need to?
I think so.
No? Okay. We're getting to be too good at this, I think. Oh, and, so let me just ask, are these 1-hour tours, would you say, Barbara? How long would you say they?
Well, let's see.
Or leave at 12, 1, 2, and then 1, 3, and 4. Or 1, 2, 3, and 4.
I would say give it at least an hour. It's about a mile walk, so.
Mm-hmm.
2 hours on Saturday, 3 on Sunday.
I'm just trying to figure out how many,
Oh, I'm sorry, no, 4 hours on Saturday, sorry.
Oh, we're doing 10 to 2?
10
10 to 2, yeah.
4 hours on Saturday.
So, I don't know if you want to do them maybe hour and a half. Come back from a tour, you probably want to go to the bathroom.
But there would be
Well,
other,
that's where the sign-up site will be helpful, because then you're looking at numbers. And then, depending on the numbers interested, then we can say, well, we need to do 3 tours this day and 2 tours the next day.
Right.
yeah.
We're gonna be that detailed, time
Yeah,
slot.
Yeah.
And remember, there were some people who showed up. They didn't sign up, and of course, we didn't turn them away. So,
So you just reiterate for me again, what are the time slots that we're looking at?
yeah, so that's what we're trying to figure out. So on the 28th, we said the tours are going to be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on the 29th, we said from 1 to 4 p.m.
Yeah.
So do we do 1 tour an hour, or do we do 1 tour every hour and a half?
Did we say it was a mile round trip? And then back, right?
How many people are going to do the tour? Because if we do,
One thing
let's
we
say
can
we
sign
do
up.
1 an hour, if we have 2 people, if you're not quite back yet, that's okay, because then someone else will be there.
Well, I would do a tour.
So if we have two people, we could do,
Barbara and
you could do
Steve.
one every hour.
And Kelly will probably do it again, I'm just.
She would do 1, 11.
4 guides.
Okay.
Well, 1, 11, 12,
Will
and 1.
all 4 guides be able to do both days?
I can do both days.
I can.
Three. All right.
It'd be nice to have another guide.
Yeah, okay.
As a backup.
Are you gonna do it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Expand on the.
So,
He does get into the weeds of the detail,
Yeah.
which is good. I mean, the people loved it. They were enthralled. They were like, oh, look at that.
So on the 28th, 10 to 11:30, 11:30 to 1 o'clock, 1 o'clock to 2:30, and then 2:30 to 4 o'clock. That would be 4 tours.
Okay.
So that would be the 28th. And then on the 29th, we would do 1 to 2:30, 2:30 to 4 o'clock, and then, and that's it.
And that's it. Do the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Do 4 on Saturday and 2 on
Sunday,
Sunday.
the afternoon.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Does that help? Does that work, everybody?
yes.
I was trying to jot. So Saturday we're saying 10 to 11:30, 11:30 to 1, 1 to 2:30, and 2:30 to
To 4.
4. And Sunday was 1 to 2:30.
And 2:30 to 4.
And 2:30 to 4. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
So that's how I'll set the sign of genius up for.
Great.
Excellent.
Thanks, Matt. Good.
Thank you.
Okay. Anything else we need to think about right now? I've got canals on my mind right now. I can't get my head away from that.
I know you, I know in terms of getting the corrections to Barbara within the week, as long as we can kind of settle on text so that I can set time aside to get it copied and pasted into the virtual tour and get all that set. That would be cool.
So Barbara, you'll take any additions, corrections, edits, and you'll come up with a clean copy and send to Matt.
Send it to you, and
Okay.
hopefully you will have it by next Friday.
Yeah, not a problem.
Next Friday, okay.
Okay?
And then I'll work on the, we have another meeting before then, but I'll work
Great.
on the booklet for printing.
You mean the
So
ninth?
there's some formatting stuff that,
Barbara, you're saying the ninth?
I'm sure.
it's not a big deal. It's I just click a few things and I gotta fiddle, but.
Bob, what were you saying?
Kara, I might have an easy solution for you this year.
Well.
I'm gonna try.
What is?
That's not doing it in Microsoft. We'll find another place to copy and paste stuff that'll print it nicely. So
All right.
Sounds like quite a promise.
It does.
I got some ideas based on some recent projects. So
Cool, okay, good.
Should I borrow the architectural descriptive information boards that we used in the museum display for the 4 or 5 architectural styles that are the most prominent, like Italianate, Greek
Yeah.
Revival, and
Yeah.
et cetera?
Yeah.
Would those be helpful to have alongside the aerial photographs in the tent?
Yeah,
Then
I
if
think
people-
so.
If you go on the
We're
tour and
gonna-
you come back and what's the difference between
Yeah.
Georgian and Italian, you
Right,
can just look
yeah.
at it
Good
up
idea,
Yeah.
Steve.
there.
I think that'd be great,
Okay,
yeah.
Good
all
idea.
right.
I've
So
forgotten about that.
I'll borrow those from the museum,
Okay.
and
Barbara, you want all
they're
the,
already mounted. Go ahead, Bob.
Barbara wants all her corrections by the 9th? Finalized?
Is it yes,
Yeah.
it would be the 9th, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the aerial views. Okay. You know what we should have, and I don't have it any longer, I hung on to this for years and years, but a map of the historic districts and the historic properties in Unionville.
The hand-drawn one?
No, the one, was actually done by the fellow who does maps here, and I'm sorry, I can't remember.
Right, just, he retired a few years ago.
Oh, no! He did such a great job! Is there
Yeah.
someone else?
It was a printout.
Matt!
It was
Matt.
similar
I'm the map
to,
person now. Let me poke through, maybe I can find it.
even a screenshot of the GIS where when you turn on that layer, that's essentially all it was it was
Okay.
the
Yeah,
GIS map, and it was
of all
colored
the
in.
properties in the historic district.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just highlighted it.
No, we have that, because I thought I had printed it out for last year.
No, I think I still had that big, it had gotten pretty tawdry, and I was actually coloring in additions we'd done.
I can print a new one, that's no problem.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
got that,
Yeah.
I definitely have easy
Okay.
access. I can just print that
All
on,
right.
on our large format printer and put it
Okay.
on a poster board.
Thank you.
Well, I thought you were talking about like having all the, historic inventory houses.
Oh,
Like, that would-
no, that would, I don't, yeah, no.
Okay, yes,
I don't wanna confuse
that is
you.
hanging in our office, I can
Okay.
just print that.
Oh, great,
That's
thank
easy.
you. Great, I'm excited
All right.
about this. Good.
We should be almost done.
Yeah, we should be, Barbara, what else do you need from us?
Nothing, you were going to do a little
introduction.
introduction. Yeah, Matt, Lisa was gonna do a little paragraph or two introduction
Cool.
as to our, history. That would be the first page.
Commission's history.
So we'll get that to you also.
I would put that, well, I would do about Unionville itself,
Ah.
a context,
Okay.
yeah.
You're gonna say that they weren't interested in humans, but just factors?
What about the recruitment mission statement kind of presence of the Historic District Commission?
Absolutely, that's gonna
Oh,
definitely be in there.
okay.
That's what it's all
What's
about.
the state of the world? I mean, you
Oh,
know.
I know, it's not a
Industry first.
criticism, it just kinda hit me.
Rivers were used
It hit me
as
hard,
dump zones and.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Ground.
Or ground,
You
yeah.
know, people, where we
Yeah.
live, it's functional. It's functional first, later on it gets beautiful. But it's, you know, first it's functional, and, I mean, it really just hit me saying that. Huge body of water in the middle of this really teeming settlement of people. Yeah,
Oh, my gosh,
that's
yeah.
amazing, really, really amazing. Fortunately, we're here at the beautiful phase.
I think of all the work that Farmington Woods does on the ponds to keep them clean and to make sure
Dredging,
make sure that they're
treatment.
flowing, and these are wetlands, and yet they still have to be taken care
The
of.
toxic chemicals probably helped in the 30s.
Yeah.
It's kind of the weeds from growing,
Yeah.
Nothing grew in there,
Right.
right, no fish or
Oh,
anything.
my gosh,
Right.
that's too funny. All right, good. Well, great job, everybody. This is gonna be wonderful. So I think, is there anything else that, commissioners would like to bring in front of the commission? Or Garrett, is there anything we should know, or?
Demo on the high school has started, if you haven't seen.
Okay.
You can actually see the whole side of the 1928 building now from the new high school, which is very nice
Oh,
to see.
that's good. Interesting.
So that'll take a few months, I think. I don't think they'll be done by the time school starts, but they're working on demoing the old, and then they'll do all the remediation and start on our new town offices. Yes.
Good luck.
Matt, your term is up in September, I think, so just reach out to your
Okay.
town council liaison to get reappointed.
Who? Okay.
Kelly-
I'll have to figure out do you know who the two, I'll find out who the nominations folks are. It was Beth last time, so I'll talk to Beth and find out because I'm unaffiliated, so.
Well, no, she's our liaison. It's either, I thought for the Democrats it was Matt
Oh,
Hutwagner,
Matt, yeah.
and for Republicans it was Kerry Callahan, but I can check with them and find out.
That's fine. Either way, we'll figure it out. We'll get to somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kelly's the other person that's up, but obviously she's not here tonight. Everyone else was
Okay.
fine for now.
Oh, Kelly's up?
Yeah, yeah.
Did she finish out somebody's term?
I think she must have.
Yeah, 'cause.
There was only-
Yeah, 'cause she just,
Yeah, it was,
So-
yeah, I think it was a vacancy term that she filled. It might have been, No, Ann was a full member, wasn't, or was she in?
Ann was a full member. Oh, maybe we should filling out Ann's term. I
Maybe
couldn't
that's
think of
what it
it.
was.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'll double check that.
Okay.
Um,
So are you going to get in touch with Kelly, or do you
Yes,
want me?
yeah,
to-
okay.
Okay, all right, great. Sorry.
The new high school,
now.
is proceeding. School is opening in the new high school, and there's a ribbon cutting ceremony on Monday, the 26th. And there's a registration online. They're just trying to get a head count. So if anybody's interested, if you hit the town website, just sign up for the ribbon cutting ceremony, because they'll have refreshments and things like that on that evening.
And is the buyer, I forget if it's still going on. We did have a buyer program for the 1928 building.
Yeah.
A what
But,
program?
it was
Buy a
buy
brick.
Up by
Oh,
brick.
Yeah, how much for the brick?
$100, I think, for a small brick.
The order forms down below. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was,
looking.
I thought it said it on here, but I guess not. So
There
4x8
you-
brick, which is 3 lines of text, is $100, and an 8x8 is $200. And it goes towards the Stephen Fluss Scholarship, who was the former town manager.
Yeah.
And that'll all be right in front, that'll be in the new, right here for the 1928 building. So it's the back, but it's the main entrance.
Nice. That's so exciting.
In case anyone's interested.
So I will let you know too that Rose Ponte is working with the Economic Development Commission with a small committee. I'm a member of it, to put together a cultural district for Unionville and Farmington, two separate ones. This is a new state program. You can be designated, a town could be designated as being a cultural district. It's meant to be an initiative that connects history, art, and businesses and cultural institutions in a town. And I expect down the road there are going to be some promotional opportunities for these cultural districts. But anyway, we're working on the application right now and doing walking tours that can't be longer than 1.5 miles for Unionville and 1.5 miles walking tour for Farmington. So just to let you know, I think we're submitting that around October 1st. So, okay, here we go.
We'll have one already
Awesome.
set for her.
Unionville.
What's that, Matt?
We'll already have one set for Rose. Our
I
Main
know, I'm
Street, our
really,
Main Street walking tour.
yeah, I'm really using most of the Main Street and then going down Perry Street.
Yeah.
We've got a really distinct, great cultural area to be able to do walking tours.
About Mill.
The mill.
Yeah, so there's a few requirements. You need to have,
Yep.
food,
Right.
arts, so there's a gallery.
There's a gallery there.
Yeah.
Museums, we've got the Unionville Historic Museum.
Yep.
And publicly available restrooms is one of the other things that they
Okay.
want, so.
Yeah.
That Unionville is a very good candidate, so it's including
Stop and shop.
School Street. Yeah.
Right, right.
I think,
Main Street.
I had talked to Rose, they're trying to get down to the library as well, so it would include Yatkins
Yes.
Park, Suburban Park.
Yep.
I always thought, I remember when we had the whole discussion, I said the library should be included. They
Yeah,
said it
we
was
have to-
too far away, but
We
it's
have to-
not.
It is, when you look at other cultural districts that towns have or are working on, but Rose has been working with our liaison for the cultural districts, and they said it's a stretch, but it could,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
out, it could be considered. So we can submit it for consideration.
Okay.
That's
And
a
it
part of
doesn't have to be necessarily, apparently you can refer to organizations and cultural resources that are slightly outside of the walking tour, but
Mhm.
it's almost like having a sidebar.
Right.
And if you go straight here, you're gonna end up at, the Trolley Barn, which is the restaurant
Right.
now, and then the
Yeah.
high school, the historic high school, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, we're gonna get it all in. Yeah, it's pretty exciting to work on it, because most of the people on this committee, Kate Grady Benson is executive director of the Farmington Land Trust, but everybody else is relatively new to doing this kind of work. A lot of young people. Good. Just have interesting, different, and new perspectives. So it's fun to work with them, and I think we'll come up with something pretty special.
Yeah, we'll all take the walking tour.
Absolutely. A requirement. Good. Well, if there's nothing else to come before the commission.
One more item.
Please, go ahead.
Bob sent an email and I failed to respond and got busy and sidetracked. He went to an open house at Pine Grove Schoolhouse last month and stumbled upon one of my cousins or like second cousin once removed. And so he asked about asking Jeannie Thompson to come in and do a presentation to us in I think it was October you were asking, right, Bob?
Right, yes.
Okay. So I haven't reached out to her, but I know it won't be a problem, and we can find somebody to talk about the fact that there were a lot of Unionville, or there were a lot of folks that went to Pine Grove Schoolhouse that then attended Farmington High School, or went to I think it was Canton High School actually, and the interconnections there.
I know that, but I'm not sure which Sanford. Which Sanford went there?
Went to Pine Grove. I don't know.
None of the ones that are currently.
Am I thinking of the right? Yeah, he,
Probably.
and then stayed at the farm across the street.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he would go there during the week and stay at the farm and work on the farm. Yeah. And
Very
then,
cool. Oh, that's great, Bob, that's wonderful. So, at our October meeting would be a great time for that.
Okay.
Good. Thanks, Matt.
Matt, thank you. Good. All right. Anything else, Matt or Bob?
Not I.
No? All set. So, can someone give us a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
A second?
I will. Second.
Thank you, Bob. All in favor? Aye. All right, everybody. See you next month.